I'm doing a gig in Leeds tonight. That should be a bit more straightforward. But we'll see. Thanks for listening. Join me tomorrow. Goodbye. So those were the words that I ended yesterday's dollop with. That was a clip taken right at the end of yesterday's dollop. I don't know whether I am now subconsciously, since starting these dollops, deliberately sabotaging my own journeys to gigs just for a story to tell. I don't think I am, but as I say, it might be a subconscious thing, like, oh yeah, mess this one up, David. This will be a good one to tell. So basically, I get off the train at Leeds. Plenty of time to spare. It's just before 7 o'clock. I don't have to be at the venue till 7:30. The gig doesn't start till just after 8. Brilliant. So plenty of time. I'll just need to check the address of the venue. I get on my phone and I open up the email and it says the address, and I think, brilliant. Just to go to put my phone away, and then suddenly the last word of the address hits me. There's something not quite right about the last word of the address. Something that I hadn't noticed until this point. The last word was Didsbury. Now, for those of you who don't know, Didsbury is not Leeds. Didsbury is Manchester. And I know exactly what's happened. I've had this gig in the diary for a few months. I've turned down 2 other gigs in Leeds that were offered on the same date. And what's happened is my brain has remembered the 2 gigs in Leeds that I've turned down and forgotten that this wasn't a Leeds gig. And I've just equated that day with Leeds. And because it said Didsbury and it didn't say Manchester, it didn't quite resonate with me that this is Manchester. So I ended up unquestioningly just getting on the train to Leeds, getting off the train, and then realising it's now 7 o'clock. I've got to be at the venue in 30 minutes, and I'm in completely the wrong city. So I'm now panicking, going, how long is it going to take to get from Leeds to Manchester? So I'm looking at the train options, and there's a one at 7:18. So it's just gone 7 o'clock now. There's a one at 7:18, and that's due to get me into Manchester at 8:20. But it shows me that the train is delayed. The train isn't due in until 26 minutes past 7. So there's an 8-minute delay, which isn't much, but when you're meant to be at a venue in a different city at 7:30, that's quite a big delay. So I get to the platform and I'm waiting for this train, and I'm trying desperately to buy a ticket, but for whatever reason the Trainline app won't let me buy a ticket. I don't know whether it's because it was 7:15 and the train was due at 7:18, so maybe it was too late to buy a ticket, but normally you can just buy it up to the minute, but it wouldn't let me do it. And also what was frustrating about it was the fact that I knew it was delayed. The delay time had now increased, so it was at least 10 minutes delayed. It was now showing that it was going to come in at 7:29, so it was at least going to be 10 minutes delayed. So there was 14 minutes before I was going to get on the train, but I still couldn't buy a ticket for that train. I could buy a ticket for the 7:40, but it wouldn't let me buy a ticket for the 7:18. So I can't buy a ticket, and I'm thinking, I obviously need to get this train. I'm not going to wait for the 7:40, because it would let me get a ticket for the 7:40. I'm not going to wait for the 7:40. I'm already going to be late for the gig as it is. And I'm sort of trying to buy a ticket and frantically message the organiser as well, saying, you're going to have to put me on in the second half, because I'm not going to get there until probably about 9 o'clock. I wasn't going to get into Manchester until 22, and then there was a 20-minute taxi ride from there. So there was no choice. I had no choice but to get on the train without a ticket. Now, many of you might be saying you always have a choice, David, but I don't think I had a choice in this case. I needed to get to the gig. Part of me thought, well, I could buy a ticket for the 7:40. That may be like an honest thing to do. But then I thought, I'll do that. They'll see that I haven't got a valid ticket when they ask on the train, and then they'll probably say, no, that's not a ticket for this train, mate. It doesn't matter if you bought a ticket for the other one. The fact is you haven't got one for this, and they'll probably charge me again, so I'll pay double. And I'm already paying an absolute fortune as it is for these gigs, as I said yesterday. So it was about 25 to 8 when the train eventually arrived, and I get on the train without a ticket. Fortunately, they didn't ask me for a ticket. It was about 2 by the time that the train eventually arrived at Manchester Oxford Road, and then I got a taxi. I got on just in the nick of time. I mean, the organiser might dispute that it was just in the nick of time.
10 right on in parade. Take the stairs in 18 yards.
I think I've gone...
10 right on in parade. Take the stairs in 23 yards.
All right.
Take the stairs in 8 yards. 10 right up.
I don't know where these stairs are that you refer to.
Take the stairs at 17 yards.
Hey, are there some steps going up?
No, there's not.
Ah.
Which way are you travelling?
I don't know. I'm going to the youth hostel and it says turn right, take the stairs.
Youth hostel? Yeah, it's quite a walk.
Yeah. 23 minutes apparently, but I'll keep going that way. Yeah. I'll probably expect it to be longer because I'll probably have to stop and ask people where the ramps are, stairs are, whatever it's telling me to do. Turn left at the Camel. Who knows what it's going to ask me. Thank you very much. I think this has been set up by some prankster, this navigation app.
Turn right.
It's just told me to turn right and take the stairs, but as you've just clearly heard, there are no stairs. This is an app designed for the blind.
Illness. 8 yards.
I think they're probably having a laugh in the office right now. I got to the gig at 9:05, and then essentially I was on stage 5 or 10 minutes later, and then I was on stage for 10 minutes, did the gig, and then there was an interval, and the person who was on just before me, he said, I'm going to get off now. So I thought, actually, I might as well get off as well. They were doing what they call a bucket split, which is where the audience at the end put in some money, and it's divvied up between all of the acts. But I thought it's probably only going to be a tiny amount of money, and quite frankly, I'd rather get home. There was a train that I could get at 24 minutes past 10 from Manchester Oxford Road, and the next one wasn't until 25 to 12 from Manchester Piccadilly. And the Manchester Oxford Road one was going to get me back to Sheffield at 11:30, and the Manchester Piccadilly one wasn't going to leave till 25 to 12, and it was going to get me in at 1:30. So I thought, well, for the sake of 2 hours and my relative sanity, I'll forgo the modicum of money that might be thrust my way. And I thought it might be quite nice to get back and get some sleep as well, because I'm doing a competition tonight, a comedy competition in Bath, which brings me to where I am right now, walking to the youth hostel, the Bath YHA, which readers of the Young'uns book Bound Together, or listeners to it, the audio book is available, and the print book from our website, theyoung'uns.co.uk, click on the shop. If you've read or listened to that book, or if you've read the particular David's Daily Digital Dollop at some point in 2016, you will be aware of the youth hostel story from Bath. The blog post and the book chapter that's taken from the very same youth hostel in Bath is called In Bed with an Overly Sensitive, Gassy French Vegetarian and an Angry Old Meditator. And that's a story all about this particular experience that the Young'uns had many years ago now at the youth hostel in Bath, that hopefully I will be at very shortly, providing I can work out where the bloody hell it is. But thank you very much to Rob, who commented on yesterday's blog post and said, whereabouts in Leeds are you playing, David? And the answer to your question is, I wasn't playing in Leeds. Maybe if you'd have posted that message an hour before you posted it, I might have actually checked so as to reply to you, and then realised that I wasn't in Leeds, and it would have saved me all of that kerfuffle. But I'm sure you'll agree, if it was a simple, straightforward journey, then you wouldn't have got this exciting blog post. And now, it's telling me to go straight, but going straight, it means I've got to essentially walk through a wall. I mean, given that this navigation app wants to see me dead, then maybe it already thinks that I am a ghost. It's telling me to walk through a wall.
Turn left at Hickory Road, take the stairs. In 79 yards.
Oh, it's still telling me to take the stairs. It's obsessed with the stairs. Hang on a minute. Maybe there's some stairs around here.
Take the stairs.
It's obsessed with these stairs. Well, I can't find any stairs. I mean, I'm sort of worried that these blog posts aren't going to be entertaining. These dollops are just going to be, from now on, are just going to be me getting lost. And maybe listening to one dollop of me getting lost might be entertaining, but... Oh, hang on a minute. What's this?
Take the stairs.
Could it be some stairs? Oh, you know what it is. We're going... I think there's some stairs. You know where it's going? Down to an underpass. Excellent. I've just been given another booking in Northampton, and the organiser said, you'll be pleased to hear, the venue that I'm booking you for is even closer to the underpass that you were in last time. So you can revisit it if you want. So we might have a return visit to that underpass. I might do a road show from there. I think we should do the David Daily Digital... Oh, God, I can't say it. Where the hell am I? Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on where I am. We should do the David's Daily Digital Dollop Roadshow live from a piss-filled underpass in Northampton. I could just do the underpass tour. Underpasses that I've chanced upon from Northampton to Bath. I have no idea where I am. It's telling me to take the stairs. I can't find any stairs. I've gone to an underpass, but there wasn't any stairs going down. It was just like a ramp. And then I came to a dead end, so I don't think that's what it was trying to tell me to do. I mean, maybe it's like a platform 9 3/4 situation. Maybe I can walk through the wall. And then I've got to take some imaginary stairs. Maybe the stairs are magical stairs. I really need to get to this youth hostel, though. I'm going to ask someone. Is there any stairs around here?
Stairs?
Yeah, it's telling me to take the stairs.
No, there isn't.
I'm heading to the youth hostel, and it's telling me to take the stairs, but I don't know why.
Turn right at Hickory Road, take the stairs. In 15 yards.
Yeah, it says in 15 yards, turn right and take the stairs. But I can't see any stairs.
No, there are no stairs.
No.
No stairs here.
But that is...
But here,
Maybe that is the right place then. I will head down there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay, we're heading back into the underpass. But it's telling me I'm going the wrong way.
Turn right at Parade Road, take the stairs. In 26 yards.
I can't take the stairs, there aren't any.
Turn right at Parade Road, take the stairs. Turn right at Parade Road, take the stairs. In 41 yards.
It's telling me to take the stairs in 41 yards, so it's getting further away, so it's not that. But there aren't any stairs. I don't know what I'm going to do. And the thing is, I can't be late for this. You have to recalculate a new route, preferably one that doesn't involve magical stairs and walking through walls. I mean, I've got it on pedestrian route. There's nothing pedestrian about this route.
ETA, 18 minutes.
Right, I'm 18 minutes away. What's the time?
5.
It's 5 minutes past 6, so I should be okay. I've got to be at this venue for 20 past 7. The only reason I'm going to the hostel is because I've got to check in. I've got to check in with my passport and stuff.
Turn left at Parade Road, take the stairs.
No, it's rerouted again, and now it's telling me to take the stairs. Oh, bloody hell. Telling me to take the stairs again.
Left at Parade Road, take the stairs. Recalculate
route.
Destination ETA, 20 minutes.
I'm now 20 minutes away. I was 18 minutes away 10 minutes ago.
Turn left at Parade Road, take the stairs.
And it's still telling me to take the stairs. As I say, the only reason I'm going there, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to the youth hostel now. I would rather just get to the venue, but I've got to check into the youth hostel. If I don't check in, then I can't get in. Recalculate new route, but don't tell me about these bloody stairs that don't exist.
Head anti-clockwise.
Head anti-clockwise. I can't believe this is happening again. Genuinely, I'm not faking this. I don't... And not all gigs are like this. This is what's ridiculous. I was going to tell you some stories about harrowing journeys. I'm not going to get around to doing that again today. Rest assured, what you're listening to right now will be severely edited. I'll have been walking around for about half an hour, but I won't obviously be giving that to you.
Parade Road, take the stairs.
I've come to a dead end again.
Turn left at Parade Road, take the stairs. In 60 yards.
This is just ridiculous.
Turn left at Parade Road, take the stairs.
I can't believe this is happening again. And every time it reroutes, it just keeps telling me to take the stairs again.
Turn right at Parade Road, take the stairs.
It's rerouted again, and it's telling me to take the stairs. There must be another way to get there, but it keeps saying I've gone the wrong way, and each time it tells me to take the stairs.
Turn around and head north on
It just says turn around. It's saying turn around and stay on original route. It's refusing to reroute.
ETA, 20 minutes.
I'm now 20 minutes away again. I've been 20 minutes away for half an hour. 2 dollops in a row, essentially listening to me getting lost. I will give you something entertaining at some point, I promise. Recalculate route, please.
Okay. Turn left at 37 yards.
Ah, it's recalculated. It's telling me to turn left in 37 yards.
Turn left at 28 yards.
Now, hopefully, it's just not going to take me in a big circle and tell me to take the stairs again. I'm turning left. What the hell? You want me to turn left here? Okay. Well, there's a massive hill. So maybe
In 16 yards.
this is instead of the stairs then. I'll get onto the higher ground that I need to get on. Doesn't sound like it's happy with me still. I mean, I've done it.
Turn left at 26 yards.
No, it's still not happy with me.
Turn left.
Hang on. I've come to another dead end.
Heading southeast.
Oh no, hang on. Ah! Where the hell's this?
Turn left in 3 yards.
Okay.
Heading northeast.
Now what? And now I'm nowhere near a road.
From Julia School.
I think it's literally follow the canal. I think you have to go over this canal.
All right, okay.
Kennett and Devon Canal.
And then-
9 yards. 5 o'clock.
I'll give it a go then.
Turn right in 100.
Thank you very much for your help. I've got to go over a canal. What could possibly go wrong?
ETA, 16 minutes.
16 minutes. Excellent. I was 18 minutes away 40 minutes ago. We've managed to get to 16 minutes now, so it's taken us 40 minutes to go 2 minutes in the right direction. Excellent. Now it's just a small matter of crossing a canal. Excellent.
Turn right at 82 yards.
I wouldn't be surprised if the app just suddenly goes, in 50 yards, swim. Swim, you blind bastard. Maybe the developers of this app haven't taken it off April Fool's mode. Okay, I've got to turn right at some point. I hope there's a bridge. Because it's telling me to turn right and there's just a canal. It's quite worrying, this, because I don't have enough sight to know whether there's a bridge or not. So I'm now just feeling with my cane to make sure I'm not going to fall in the water.
Heading northeast.
Oh, yes. There's a bridge. Always handy.
Turn left towards Barthwick Hill in 625 yards.
Ah,
Turn left towards Barthwick Hill.
this is sounding promising.
ETA, 14 minutes.
14 minutes away. I'm almost doing the route in real time now. It only took me 2 minutes to travel 2 minutes. So I'm taking part in a comedy competition in Bath tonight. It's Bath Comedy Festival's comedy competition. I've done a few competitions now. I've won Nottingham Comedy Festival's New Act of the Year. I made it through to the semi-final of Leicester Square New Comedian of the Year. I'll tell you why I didn't make it, or one of the reasons I might have not made it into the final. I will tell you that story at some point as well. You're going to tell us a story about a harrowing journey first, David.
ETA, 9 minutes.
9 minutes away! Ah. Is this the youth hostel?
It is the youth
My goodness, I found it.
A bit further forward.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to leave it here now. I've made it into the hostel. Finding my room, actually, is probably going to be quite easy. You just take the stairs. Yes, you'll be pleased to hear, to the developers of the RNIB Navigator app, I do have to take some stairs. I'll be taking the stairs, and then I'll be turning right, and my room is essentially there. Now, obviously, I'll have the slight interesting thing of, when I get there, I don't know which bunk will be used, which bunk will be taken. So I'm going to have to hopefully look around and be able to see in the dark who might have taken the bunk bed. It might be worth me pressing record just in case, because, you know, I might be able to start tomorrow's dollop essentially sitting on someone's face, which is actually a request that has been made by various commenters that until now I have ignored, but it may be an inadvertent thing. Join me tomorrow for potentially 1 or 2 stories of harrowing journeys to/from stand-up gigs. Find out how I fared in the Bath Comedy Festival comedy competition. And even more excitingly, find out whether I sit on someone's face tonight. Inadvertently, I should point out. Well, hopefully I won't be pointing out, because that would be even more awkward. It's better than sitting on someone's face without pointing out. Anyway, it's got to at least get one joke in the dollop. Oh, God, I don't want to do a dollop on someone's face. Anyway, I'm going to sit on someone's face and do a dollop. Wonderful. I think now I'm in the warm. I think I'm on form. It's a shame it's taken this long to get there, isn't it? But never mind. Join me tomorrow. Goodbye.